International Day of the Boy Child is recognized annually as a day to focus on boys and their well-being. Their needs to feel happy, healthy, valued within the family and community. Established to mirror the International Day of the Girl Child, this day highlights the unique challenges and pressures faced by the boys in different regions and cultures. It provides an opportunity to societies to reflect on issues such as educational disparity, mental health, societal expectations that affect boys disproportionately. By focusing on nurturing and empowering boys with positivity, guidance, and equitable opportunities, we aim to foster a generation that values inclusivity and equality. Today, we use this day to not only highlight their challenges, but to also celebrate some remarkable boys doing great things despite their limitations. Interesting conversation I'm going to be having in the studio today. And of course, joining me live in the studio are two key people to discuss this issue further. And it's going to be an interesting one that we're going to have today. First, we have the Executive Director and founder of Yagot Foundation, Anna Hussein Pai. And we also have the father of 15-year-old Kanyachukwu Tago, who has set a Guinness World Record for the world's largest art canvas to raise awareness for autism. And of course, Mr. Tagbo, you are both welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Let me start with you, Anna. You have a foundation for boy child. Tell us about this day and some of the challenges that you think that boys face.
Thank you very much for having me in the studio. At our foundation, we are poised to empower the boy child. Okay. The project that we've embarked on is poised to achieve the SDGs, particularly SDG 1, which is to reduce poverty, SDG 4, quality education, and SDG 8, decent work and economic growth. I mean, home and abroad, the focus has been on the girl child, as you rightly stated. But most of the issues the girl child faces kind of emanates from the boy child. Exactly. Because what we all do at the end of the day, I mean, I said all of the issues, or some of the issues, let me not say all of them, but most of them that the girl child or the women face emanates from the boys or the men. Okay. I mean, what we all do at the end of the day is to react to most of these issues, such as rape, VVF, abuses of all kinds. Yeah. When you go back, it's the men or the boys that must have perpetrated the rape, the abuse, or whatever it is that the woman or the girl is facing. Yeah. So we believe that there should be a balance. Exactly. If the men know better, they will act better. Yeah. But beyond the women, the boys are also facing so many challenges on their own. They're exposed to so much these days on the internet, and even the ones that are not, that do not have access to internet. So the substance abuse is rising, the cybercrime, the pressure to want to belong. You know, they want to achieve what even their parents have not achieved, albeit in a dubious way. The school, they now say school is scam, so the boys are not too interested in going to school anymore. They don't want to work hard, they just want a soft life, and it doesn't work that way. So we believe and we know that there's a gap that we need to fill, so that they can achieve whatever it is they want to achieve in the proper way, and everybody will be safe for it at the end of the day.
Thank you so much. I think I kind of agree with you that, you know, so most of the challenges that we face in the society is as a result of, you know, one from the other hand to the other hand, and there need to be a balance into it. Let me talk to you, Mr. Tobe. You have a son with special needs who has put his name on the global world, despite having autism. Tell us about Kanyachukwu and his story. How you've been able to, you know, put a boy who has a special needs and make sure that is properly put in the right place to focus on things that he needs to focus on. It's not easy to raise a boy, I must tell you.
No, it's not. No, that's not at all. Once again, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yes, my son Kanya Chukwu is 15 years old now. He's living on the autism spectrum. He was diagnosed when he was about 4 years old. My wife and I had to go through a very rigorous process in order to get the diagnosis, and we have had what I would say a very eventful and tedious journey as well, trying to raise him. But ultimately we've been able to do the best we can in the present circumstances. Kanye is he's a handsome, wonderful looking boy, but it's not just Kanye. Kanye has an older brother as well called Ozi Chukwu, and he has a younger brother as well called Mekalian Naya.
So you have 3 boys.
There are 3 boys, and I've got a girl. Okay. The first is a girl, but a lot of his growing up process has been around his brothers. Yeah. And going to your question, how have we been able to do it? We do it because we actually do it together. My wife and I, we work together to get him to where he is right now and moving forward. You know, it is not easy to raise a child living with autism, of course. Yeah. It's very difficult, it's very expensive. It's also very tasking, emotionally, psychologically, for the parents and for the siblings as well. I've been blessed. I've been blessed to have sons who have, especially my older son, Ozzy, who is here with me. He's taken up responsibility even at a young age. I had to put it in him, but he took it and he's running with it. Yeah. I'm proud. Very proud sometimes when I get my friends or other parents come to me and tell me not just about Kanye, but about my older son, Ozzy, who they have seen show a high level of responsibility where it concerns his brother. Of course, part of the things that I did was to sit him down and constantly prep him, let him know that this responsibility is not just mine alone, but it's also his as well. Because the fear of every parent who lives with a child who is disabled or has special needs is, if I'm not there tomorrow, who's going to look after this child and who's going to be able to groom and take care of him? And so I put it in him, and I'm very proud, awesomely proud that he has taken up responsibility, and he doesn't do it where I am not there, and people watch him, and people come to me and they say, this is what we've seen.
I think that, you know, there was something that you said, and I wanted the both of you to answer the question, and that has to do with psychological and mental health of the boy child. Why yours is even more special, because the boy needs to be mentally okay, you know, for you to do whatever you want. But let me come to you first, Ms. Anna. If you look at the world that we have and the social norms that we have to break, the boy child has been, I wrote an article just published yesterday, and I called it the Forsaken Boy Child. Why? Because I felt that there are some social norms, you know, that we have taken and we are putting into the boy child. Why? Because we felt the boy child should take responsibility at every given time. Yeah. The boy child should not cry. The boy child should hold up into his emotions. Man up, whatever it is, you know. So, and that has really cost a lot, because at the end of the day, what happens in the other side is, because if he held up his emotions, he's going to eventually burst out to the other side, which is the female. Do you understand? So how do we begin to have this kind of conversation where we need to have a level playing ground, where both can say, a boy can be able to express his feelings, you know, because these are conversations that we need to continue to have. Yeah. How do we begin to have that conversation while I come to you?
Okay. So from infancy, you know, the norms or the stereotype, let me use that, has been there. So even from the toys that we buy for the kids, we'll buy baby dolls for the girl. We're already grooming her to take care of children. We'll buy kitchen items for her. We're already grooming her to know how to cook, and we're preparing her to take care of her family. But the boy child, we buy them guns, we'll buy them warships. Yes. So, I mean, that's a programming. You're already programming them to violence.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, that's what it means to me.
Right.
And then sometimes, you know, when a girl runs into the house crying, everybody wants to go out there and see who did what to her. Yeah. But when a boy runs in, like, a boy beats you and you're crying, my friend, will you go back and
exactly.
beat him back? So you're already teaching him violence. Yeah. Right? And so the boy grows up. Sometimes it's a quiet learning. Nobody's really saying it to you, but it says when you cry, you're weak. You need to man up, you need to be bold, you need to be strong. So a lot of boys go through a lot. A lot of boys are abused. I've come across so many older men above 60 that had opened up to being abused back in the years, like so many years back. But there are no safe spaces for boys to speak up. When you speak up, you're seen as weak. So you have to man it up. However, these are scars. These are traumas that these boys will grow up into becoming men with them. A lot of men don't even identify that they have these traumas. So a lot of men behave in certain ways, and you're wondering, why is he behaving like that? They come to the office space and they are behaving like lions and tigers. You know, they come back home and everybody's scrambling to hide. Daddy is back. Men need to even understand and identify that they have a lot of trauma from growing up. So they need to let that steam out and get healed. And so we're catching these young boys early so that we teach them these things. We let them know that it's okay to cry, it's okay to speak out, it's okay to seek help. You know, so they don't grow up and the cycle continues, because the ultimate beneficiary of our project is the woman.
Exactly.
We're trying to prepare these young boys for such a time when they get married. The woman will find it easy. Even when you empower her, he's going to support it. Exactly. Because right now, some men don't even want that women empowerment. When some women get, no matter how little that empowerment is, they bring out that trauma. It's trauma for me. Because some men don't even understand what they are doing. So they just don't want the woman to explore. They don't want her to be happy. I'm sorry to say, but it is happening. A lot of women are going through a lot, and some don't even have the voice to speak. I've met a woman somewhere that I could see the fear in her eyes. She wanted to talk to me. In this age and time, she doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have an account. So whatever you want to do or she wants to do has to be through the man. She had to fill a form, and he had to do all of that for her. Interesting. So there's a lot going on, and we have to break that cycle.
Okay, in breaking that cycle, I want to talk to you, Mr. Togbe. How do we begin to have conversations where we know that the boy-child mental is very important? You have 3 boys.
Yeah. And to, I mean, very respectfully so, I think I have to say something for the man here, because Madame here is giving us bass boost anyhow. So I think I'll have to say something. You see,
yes, I
understand what you're saying, and you know, respectfully so, what you're saying is actually correct. These are facts. These are things that are actually happening in our society. Yeah. But let us also look at what the women folk as well. I mean, it's not a who did this, who did that. Yeah. We're not arguing, but we're just saying the balance that you're speaking about. Let's come out openly and be able to view that the issues, so that we can now be able to get the balance that we want. You see, women in our own activities, especially for autism going around, I found out that most of the biggest problems is the stigmatization, stigma. Once you're able to deal with the stigma, you start dealing with the problem. Yeah. Now, from the people that we've met, parents that we've met, the people who are more affected by this stigmatization are the women. How do I say this? The women are the ones that will hide the boy. Why? I met a lady who is a second or third wife in a family of about four wives, a polygamous family, and she said, listen, if the father knows that my son has any form of disability, number one, I'm going to have problems with the other wives. Number two, my husband might just, put me away. Or something. And I was saying, you're bothered about yourself. What about the boy? Number one. Number two, I have a situation where I asked, you see, I was talking with some fellow, boys in England in their home, and you have to be able to bring this stability, and to bring that stability, bring equality, be able to let everyone know that they have chores that they will do, and so on and so forth. You see stories from women. Yeah. Now, these are the women here. The problem, a woman will tell you, oh, all my life I've been the one, I'm older than this boy or my brother. I'm the one that feeds him. If there's no food, my mom might deal with me. My father too might also. This is not supposed to be so. Okay. If you balance it, mentally, you're dealing with the mental, because that's the issue, we're dealing with mentally, right? Exactly. Once you balance that, once you let him know that you're not so special than the others, he
before you say something, I want because you really want to round up the show now. Before you say something, I want you to answer, what's next for Kanye?
I've been asked this question several times, and you see, I must tell you, the first thing I would say is that Kanye, where we have even gotten to, my wife played a very large role in it.
So there's a partnership.
Huh?
There's a partnership.
Serious partnership. Right. She visualizes stuff. My wife is a visionary. So she just thinks, oh, this, and that. And she visualizes stuff based on Kanye's abilities. She actually is able to look at Kanye. She knows this is what we can do. We can do this, we can do that. And so this is the next thing we want to do. I can tell you right now, my wife called me one day and was talking about horse riding. And when she says horse riding, she's not talking about play horse riding. Maybe she's talking about being an equestrian or being doing something fabulous. Yeah. So, but you see, Kanye has special needs, and I say it with kids with special needs. Don't just limit them even. We have the arts, yes, but don't limit them, because you don't know how much gifts they have, and you have to be able to nurture those gifts. So we don't know. We don't know.
Anna,
yeah.
My last question to you.
Okay.
I know you wanted to react to something.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you react to it like
I'll add it on.
In just 1 minute.
Okay, hopefully.
Tell us what your foundation does to cater for the boy child, and stop them from getting hooked to vices.
Okay, so it's
in 1 minute.
It's a community-based approach. Okay, and we teach them soft skills and life skills in general. Okay. Because a boy can aspire to be a medical doctor or an engineer or whatever it is he wants to be. We don't want to limit them, but we believe that if we put in those soft skills and life skills into them, they will become better, whatever it is they decide you want to be. And let me just infuse, we need all stakeholders on board. Yeah. We need the government, we need donor agencies, we need parents, especially mothers. Definitely. Like I said earlier, grooming the children from infancy, the affection, the attention, the care, the love, and all of that is focused on the girl, right? And the boy, in some cases, are treated as kings, like you've said. Yeah. But let the mothers especially begin to spread all of these attributes to all of the children. Yes. Let the chores be proportionately shared. And let all of them grow up knowing that they have responsibility to take care of the home and to take care of their siblings and whatever it is. So no one chore, or let's break the stereotype, the gender stereotype. Let's break it.